designer. I'm a multiple awards winner graphic designer with over 15 years of experience in sales in the fashion industry. My business partner, Tommaso Cartier, is the head of communication strategy with 20 years of experience in media branding and public relations. Over 65 million women's wear retail sales are set to grow in the next 4 years, of the 4% up to 197 billion. In awareness through social medias, influencer commercials, press campaign, and by partnership with other women's community, we'll evaluate the product with our buy and return policy and through the reviews of our customers. And you can purchase our brand on our website, social media, and in the pop-up stores. Sells products with empowering designs that boost women's confidence on a daily basis.
So those are the marketing strategies that are in place right now, but of course we're looking forward to expand once we get the funds to really invest.
Thank you so much for having us here, and please remember that GJ attitude is not a way to dress, it's a way to be.
So we want to bring that confidence to people. What's the main problem? 33 million Americans have food allergies, so it is very frustrating for them. They require precise menu ingredients. So servers oftentimes don't remember every single ingredient, and they have to verify with their managers or the kitchen, and this causes a time constraint and an unpleasant dining experience. For our competitors, as you can see, we stand out, but we all compete against the food allergy awareness. But we're the only ones with the community incentive and an AI bot that is providing personalized options. For our financials, we're looking to grow from $50,000 year one up to more than $500,000 of net revenue by year 5, and keeping our cost of goods sold down to almost 18%. For our use of funds, we're looking to raise $50,000, mainly for app development, for marketing and growth, and also for our legal and compliance, just to make sure that we're providing the correct disclosure to our customers and protecting ourselves. We'll incentivize our users to get restaurants on board. We'll pay them $50. We'll also provide the restaurants with training on their staff how to use the app and best benefit from it. Keith Lum is the president of the AMA Club. Emma Chris just graduated with a master's in digital marketing. Francesca is a Wiseman student, and Dominique is as well our CMO. She's an upcoming marketing student. Myself, I personally have 5 years plus experience in the hospitality industry.
I'm Johnson.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Michael.
We're Lotus Habit, and we help you build good habits and reach your potential. So our vision is to assist you to build and maintain a desirable habit and reduce undesirable habit.
Basically, a habit is something that you do that takes little or no amount of conscious effort.
Of any incomplete task, like reading 5 pages of Dune, it will show an alert to Timmy, and it will get moved up to the top where it can get prioritized by him.
So we're in the productivity apps market. So the global revenue for this market is around $9 billion. In the US, it's around $3 billion. And in New York, it's around $350 million. And it's projected to grow per year at 9%. It's going to be an AI habit mentor. So users can be like interactive with the mentor, right? And so it's going to replicate like an actual coach. Having a subscription-based model for 2 weeks free trial, users will pay $5 a month. For the margins, we're going to have an 80% gross and 20% COGS. First year, we're projected to sell around 8,400 units with a growth of 20%.
And after that, we're going to offer free trial and user survey so that we can collect feedback and data from them. And after that, we'll convert those users to the premium plan. Our company started around January, and then we're planning to launch a soft launch in July.
I am Guillermo, and we are the co-founders of Trading Plus Technology. So Alvaro and I are brothers, and we are banana producers. We own a plantation in the Canary Islands where we produce 500,000 pounds of bananas per year. We sell our bananas to the European countries, but sometimes we face difficulties and challenges, like, for example, reliability of customers or customer diversification.
The first problem is the low reliability of companies that you deal with. It's a high-risk activity that can result in product waste or money loss. The second problem is the lack of access to a vast network of suppliers and buyers.
So the market size of the global agricultural commodity market is $5 trillion. Out of that, the export-import value is $1.8 $8 trillion. We are looking for $350,000 investment in order to reach 900 users. The main expenses will go to platform development and marketing expenses.
These numbers are based on an online ad campaign that we did.
We get 3-4 users per day in 7 days, so we estimate our financial projects based on that.
The viewing to leasing times for renters as well as landlords and will change the way brokers generate leads. So let me walk you through the typical process of a tenant trying to find a one-bedroom apartment in New York City. In the same position, not securing the apartment, which leads to frustrations and having them to repeat the cycle again and again. So primarily our focus is going to be New York City and the high demanding boroughs, catering to relocating families, students and young professionals, basically the people who are already leveraging technology for their residential requirements. Financial projections show a robust growth over the next 5 years, starting from 6.5 million in year 1. We plan to fuel awareness through making demonstration videos where we walk our tenants through our unique processes and how it can be beneficial for them in terms of saving time, money and resources. On an average, we charge $260 per transaction, keeping our customer acquisition cost at $35. We've also put in $2,000 of our personal funds to take our MVP from ideation to the prototype stage.
Unfortunately, they're all living in their beds with an inefficient setup. Current products today just don't offer the benefits that bed people need and want, which leads to problems like poor posture, stress and frustration, and money wasted. Now, I know this because I was one of them. About 6 months ago, I was hospitalized for emergency spinal surgery, and while recovering at home, I had to still get my work done, so I searched high and low for a bed table solution, and what I found was that no perfect solution exists. I think it's the versatility, the limitations in each model. So like folding trays, it's limited with space, it's limited with the stability. We're catering to the growing $70 billion home furnishing industry. And for our market size, our bed users are adults within the US. We're looking to address the people, our people, the bed people. And from there, we're going to start with a Gen X limited mobility, boutique hotels, and select accessible college dorms. So what started as a concept in an innovation class 6 months ago has built it to something more. I've done a lot of research with lots of customer feedback, industry data that validated the need. I've done a pitch competition and won at the campus level. I'm Sandra Smith. I have over 8 years experience in entrepreneurship, starting with a sewing hobby that I turned into a socially conscious business of empowering messages for the gifting industry. And I'm also a full-time Baruch student majoring in entrepreneurship and a candidate for 2024 valedictorian. I'm also a solo parent to 3 teenage daughters. And with everything that I do, I bring grit and experience, and it's going to be no different with Nesk. And with that, I invite you to elevate your bed space with Nesk.
We'll be making money through premium membership, commission, and interest. Our business model is very straightforward. We are projecting to serve to 1,600 students with a gross profit of 1.5 million. And to go to market, we are planning to start with geo-targeting and educational expo. How difficult it is for students to come to United States for study. So here comes the problem from study loan, visa application, travel, and accommodation support in their study destination. Through these, in our partner school will increase their global presence. So in my team, I am the CEO of the company. I have experience in working in the education industry, and I recruit students for UAE and Malaysian institutions from Bangladesh. And in my team, I also have people expert in marketing and project management.
Lead instructor for multiple nonprofits and other technical boot camps for the past 7 years. I've had great success, but I've noticed that there's a lot of pain points from internally in the industry. So I've created a team backed by many volunteers of previous students. People think that, oh, we could go give online courses to people. They'll go learn it. They'll finish it. So what I learned from working with the Google development group in the Bronx, actually only 6% of people finished any of those online programs, like to completion, right? Many American technology jobs to other countries, and people aren't realizing when we lose these countries, they're actually not going to come back. And we have to figure out a way to go teach Americans how to do technology at a much quicker scale. Actually, for the pilot class, we're going to be targeting boot camp graduates, self-learners, and people looking for career changers just for the first batch of the first 100 students. Imagine struggling for the first 3 years, and then hopefully within the 4th year, we actually go and land some foundational money, which will keep us really afloat. We have partnerships with the Linux Foundation and the Cloud Native Foundation to go help us source some of these open source projects that are easy for them to make commits on. The overall company average of placements in a previous place that I worked in was actually only 46%. My students had a 77% placement average. And it was because I forced this group learning dynamic. So our business model is a bottom-up approach. We're going to go do one pilot class first, and we're going to go get some money back in terms of finder's fees for placements for the students. We're going to leverage that data to go get more grants and donations.
My name is Jesse Duran. I'm the founder of Will Eating, Freedom to Eat Wherever You Go. We focus on creating products for wheelchair users. Did you know that there's 1.3 billion people living with disability worldwide? Picture yourself in a wheelchair and you go into a restaurant, and after 23 restaurants, you finally find an accessible restaurant. And I had 2 choices: either eat to the side like this or lean forward and hope for the best side and get 30. My back was hurting. I was already frustrated because the table was not accessible to me. You could have your meal, maybe your snack, and when you open it, you could have your meal. It's easy to take with you anywhere to go. It's convenient to use. It's for adults and children of all ages. 4 months after, I have 2 prototypes patent pending, and just last month I trademarked Will Eating and Will Living. For the first year, I plan to make about 4,000 units, and plan to make about 76,000 for the first year. For the cost per unit, I'm in the process of lowering that down as I'm talking to manufacturers already. I have brought awareness through several TV channels and several articles. I have conducted 2 surveys.
So the restaurant would buy these, not the
So
consumer.
restaurants, schools.
Oh, the consumer wouldn't buy it and bring it with them. These
Yes,
would be available.
they can also. I plan
they
this
could
for them
also.
also. So I'm in process of, since I'm an artist, I would like to have it customized. I'm looking for co-founders, team members, and anybody who's willing to help me bring this idea to life. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm an artist. I go to Lehman College. I'm a social work major, minoring in disability. I am 1 out of 3 million people in the United States living with disability, and I plan to create products for us, by us.
In 2019, I joined a textile recycling company as a helper, and I witnessed firsthand the textile pollution problem in the United States, in the world, and it was just appalling. So, I want to ask you guys a question. You ever been in your closet and you look on the floor and you find a sock, and you're like, I haven't seen this sock in 3 years, and you don't know what to do with it? What do? Toss it out, right? Or say you finish cleaning something and you don't know what to do with it. What do you do with it? Toss it out. Now say, I'm a father of a 1-year-old. He loves to get messy, as you can see. When I ask people what they do with their clothes, they normally say they donate it to Goodwill or Salvation Army. But most people won't donate a shirt like this, correct? So, what do they end up doing with it? Throwing it away. So, that ends up happening a lot. We used to go to some of these bins and it was just atrocious. Mold, everything. And I'm just sick of it. I don't know if you guys are, but I am. Our solution is to provide convenient, entertaining bin locations so families can recycle all of their textiles, not just the slightly worn clothes. We'll send us notifications to our phone when the bins are full so we can send our drivers to go pick up the clothes before it ends up like this. Now, this market space is pretty crowded. We have a lot of competitors, but they do not have any bins with the bin sensors, so they're using these old, outdated methods. We want to also offer excellent customer service. They have the bin locations, but they look very unattractive, dangerous, might even. They attract rodents, raccoons, whatever you can think of. Also, for the location, for the property owners, they can get fined by the Department of Sanitation. So for 3.6 million tons, we tend to profit $100 per ton. which gives us projected 360 million possible revenue for the next 10 years. I'm not done. So year 3, we projected to make 1.1 million. Year 5, we projected to make 3.4 million gross revenue. We're looking for 36 months financing to place 100 collection bins in the Northeast region.
So yours is an existing business, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So can you tell me 2 biggest challenges that you face?
Awareness. People don't know that textile pollution is actually a problem. And infrastructure. Getting our own warehouse.
Material that perfectly reflects the material you're trying to learn. Making the flashcards manually, you can do that, but it's going to take a lot of time, especially if there's a lot of volume you have to go over. This is sort of what it looks like. Here we have text, but it could also use handwritten notes, and as the product evolves, it's not just going to be quizzes, but also flashcards and maybe other ways of memorizing. But it takes all this volume, all this chaos, and sort of just turns into something you can easily study with just quizzes. So there's actually a lot of companies doing this. There's QuizGecko, there's Wisely, there's Quizlet. But what we believe really differentiates our product is that we want to quiz not only on your specific text and material, but also on the adjacent material product, actually making it engaging to study. Instead of just reading through a textbook or just doing a regular practice exam, some, as I mentioned earlier, like mix and match game or some way to gamify it, maybe some competitions. And here's the financials. So assuming we have 2,000 students in the first year, and it kind of goes up to 70,000 by the 5th year, we have limited usage for around 3 quizzes weekly. Silver, they'll maybe have around $8 a month. This is sort of for most people.
And I've also worked at Amazon for 4 years as a software engineer. So we have a vision that's no more bad haircuts. We're going to do that by creating an online platform that really tailors the matching between customers and their stylists. So someone who gets their hair done a lot, I've tried cutting it, I've colored it, I've permed it. I find more often than not, I'm not satisfied with the results. So, example of that is I tried to dye my hair blue, and it came out green. And that was terrible. I lost faith in my stylist, and I haven't been back since. And the reason why that happens so often today is because the way we find salons, like Google and Yelp, they only focus on the salon. So the salon's reviews, the salon's locations. When you book on our site, you're guaranteed satisfaction and consistency. So let's say you have wavy hair, just change the filter to wavy. You can just find a style that now resonates with you. And these are all ranked by relevancy to your search. And when you see that everything looks good, you're happy with the price, you can see the stylist and see their work, their reviews. And that is one of our core advantages, just having the convenience and the synergy of having everything in one place. So how do we make money? Every time we introduce a new customer to a stylist, they're going to give us $20. That might seem like a lot, but actually, the average lifetime value of a salon customer is upwards of $300. So it's basically a no-brainer for stylists to actually invest in, asking to work with us. Basically, all of our investment is going to be reinvested into marketing. So we really need to build a brand around ourselves. So I talked about influencer marketing here, affiliate marketing. So here are financials. We have a lot of fixed expenses and exponential revenue. So the quicker we can get a higher user count, the better it is for our business. See here we break even around year 2 and we're profitable afterwards. That's when we start to expand to different demographics, markets, and industries. So one we got a lot of demand for was nails and tattoos. I personally worked on a lot of the technology that we use to build Kiri. So I know how to make a really good product. And here's my team. They're all really talented. We're very product focused and marketing focused.
So not everybody can afford to do this.
See, the pricing is towards the stylist side. And essentially, they get a lot of value from one customer. And we also have a free to use platform. This is when we charge them is when we help get them new customers. So we advertise for them, we book for them.
Favorite, the person with the most votes is Simple Sustainable Solutions.
And then coming in third place in the competition is Simple Sustainable Solutions. And coming in second place was Wheel Eating. between first and second place was 1 point. Both on the normalized and unnormalized scores. So number one, coming in first place is Kiri.